Hey, it's Daddy Abdullah. I am going to now talk to you guys about, we talked about the physical in number 60. Now, number 61, we're going to talk about chapter 3 of the book, the social. The social aspects of life are very, very important for human beings because we're what we call gregarious animals. Human beings are gregarious. In that, what I mean by that is we cluster together in groups. No man is an island. You're not an island in the world. You're a person that is part of a complex of people. Now, everybody in the world has some circle of compassion. Your circle of compassion includes all the ones you love. Now, think about your circle of compassion. Let's say this is your circle right here that goes to your heart. Okay, right in there is where your circle and it goes into your heart. In your heart, get it? There's your heart. Okay, what we've got here is maybe in there is your mom and dad, maybe if they're living, your siblings, your closest friends. They're all in that circle of compassion. That is your heart. They're all in there. Now, when we talk about this circle of compassion, you might have a boyfriend, a girlfriend in there. You might have some people that are really special to you. Maybe your cousins, relatives, and maybe your circle's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's kind of a big circle of compassion. Let's talk about circles of compassion when it comes to social, because I'm looking in my book here, and we're talking about, in the social world, we're talking about parents and grandparents, siblings and families, friends and strangers, teachers, school members, and role models. We're talking about partying, dancing, romancing. That's social. We're talking about love and commitment. We're talking about marriage and divorce. That's a social thing. Intimacy and honesty within a relationship, whether it's marriage or not. Reliability and partnership. Communication and respect. Children and grandchildren. We're talking about our kids. Pets and other creatures. We're talking about pets are a social part of us. We're talking about the diversity and variety of people within the world, language and free speech, law and authority. The civil authorities are part of our social world. Ethics and morality. We know some people don't have very good morality. So, society and government. We're talking about war and peace. We're talking about community, customs, and cooperation. And finally, compassion and generosity. Those are the 21 subjects that are covered when it comes to the social aspects of life in the balanced life. But going back to that circle of compassion, here's your circle right now, your love circle, the people that are in there. You want to know how big my love circle is? Because why? Because I practice it just like people practice lifting weights. I practice loving. So guess how big mine is. You ready? Watch. My circle of compassion is huge. Now, am I bragging? No, I'll tell you what. I'm not. I'm just telling you how I live. My drug of choice is to love you. My drug of choice is not alcohol, marijuana, pills, stimulants of any kind, depressants of any kind, psychotropic drugs. Not my drug of choice. My drug of choice is to love you. Why? Because that's a social event that I need in my life. So part of my balance, an idea, there's the bird right there. See the bird right there behind me? Part of my idea of a balanced life is the mind and the body and the social. The social, that's where you come in. You've got to be in my circle of compassion. How big is your circle of compassion? How big is it? Is it like a tiny little circle? Because after all, if it's only little, nobody can get to you. You've only got a tiny little vulnerability there in your heart. You're only a little bit vulnerable. But if you've got a big circle of compassion, like me, you're kind of vulnerable because guess what? When you're suffering, I'm suffering. When you're going through stuff, I'm going through stuff. When you're in pain, I'm in pain. When you're happy, I'm happy. But people aren't always happy, so we all struggle. So that's the problem with life. We struggle sometimes. So I want you to know the social aspect of life is very, very important. And we're going to be talking about that in our studies of the balanced life. The mind, the body, the social, the spiritual. Okay? I love you guys. This is Daddy Abdullah. And I'm thinking about you all the time. This is my work right now. This is my work right now about you guys. I love you very much. We'll talk to you soon, okay? Be safe. Be happy. I love you. Bye-bye.